In the 4th century BC, in the Greek city of Corinth, two extraordinary men met. Alexander the Great, the young, brilliant conqueror, and Diogenes of Sinope, an old, homeless philosopher who lived in a barrel and insulted emperors without flinching. When Alexander arrived in Corinth, he was just 20 years old. After securing his throne in Macedonia, he began asserting control over the Greek city-states. Everywhere he went, crowds gathered, leaders offered gifts, and philosophers lined up to praise him. But one name stood out, Diogenes. He was known as a cynic, from the Greek kynikos, meaning dog-like. He scorned luxury, mocked society, and rejected all material possessions. He begged for food, lived in a broken jar, and often walked through the marketplace in daylight holding a lantern, saying,
"I'm looking for an honest man."
Alexander was fascinated. How could a man live with so little and care so little for power? So with his guards and nobles, Alexander set out to meet Diogenes. He found him lying on the ground, sunbathing near the marketplace. Diogenes didn't even look surprised. Alexander approached.
"I am Alexander, king of Macedon. Is there anything I can do for you?"
Diogenes looked up slowly. Then he said,
"Yes, stand out of my sunlight."
It is said that Alexander was so struck by this and admired so much the haughtiness and grandeur of the man who had nothing but scorn for him, that he said to his followers, who were laughing and jesting about the philosopher as they went away,
"If I were not Alexander, I would be Diogenes."
It wasn't just a clever line. It revealed something deeper. Alexander admired Diogenes, a man who had no fear, no ambition, and no need for kings or empires. Later stories say Alexander told his men,
"Diogenes has conquered his desires, and that is harder than conquering the world."
Alexander would go on to conquer Persia, Egypt, and beyond. But he died at just 32, exhausted and restless, never fully at peace. Diogenes, on the other hand, died old, with nothing in the same city streets he had always wandered, and yet he may have been the freer man. This wasn't just a meeting between a king and a philosopher. It was a moment where ambition met detachment, where power met simplicity, and where two very different ideas of greatness stood face to face. Who walked away greater? That is still debated. But perhaps in a world chasing more, Diogenes reminds us of the power of wanting less.
You own the world, I own nothing. Yet I am the one content.